Welcome back to the Retirement Income Show with Troy Sharp, the CEO and founder of Oak Harvest Financial Group. Troy is also a certified financial planner professional. I'm Mark Elliott. Glad you're with us today. You can always find out more about Troy and the team at an incredible website, oakharvestfinancialgroup.com, oakharvestfinancialgroup.com. You can always find the 100-plus videos that Troy has on YouTube just by searching Troy Sharp and Oak Harvest. Those are available to you at no cost at all. You subscribe, and you can even click on the little bell, and every time they do a new one, you'll get notified. There's no cost for that as well. Just search for Troy Sharp and Oak Harvest. You can always give the team a call if you have any questions about where you are. Should I be doing something different than I am doing? Is there going to be a recession? What should I be doing? Should I go to cash? We've been talking about that today, but it's 800-822-6434 to chat with Troy and the team at Oak Harvest. Obviously, there's no cost for this. The team's here to help. Just don't know if they can until they hear your situation. So when you're doing these scenarios that you were talking about, these case studies on YouTube, and you've got a lot of different numbers and dollar amounts and ages and all of that in your case studies, what are some of the variables? Because I'm thinking there's a lot of variables when it comes to how long are you going to live? Are you going to have a health issue? I mean, there's a lot of variables, aren't there?
Yeah, tons, of course. The funny part sometimes are the comments that we receive, and one, you have your amateur financial advisors out there that, and I say amateur because they don't work. They have some knowledge, so they provide their insight. And, so those are always interesting, of course, but then I do get a lot of positive feedback in regards to, hey, I'd love to see this. I'd love to see single this exact scenario besides married. I'd love to see, healthcare costs at this versus that. So, and then, of course, life expectancy is a big one, too. So I'm in the boat that I would much rather plan for you living longer than shorter. It's part of a professional responsibility, I believe. Oftentimes, people underestimate the advancements in technology and science and drugs. We did a charity tournament recently for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and we were the headline sponsor, and I got to get up there and give a speech. And right before me, one of the head, oncologists, for one of the local hospitals here in Houston, gets up and he starts to talk about some of the advancements that they've made being able to treat leukemia in adults. And he said, today we're able to treat and extend the life expectancy of people with various blood cancers, whereas 4 or 5 years ago, a number of these would have been absolute death sentences. And so just in this short period of time, they've been able to develop through grants and research and science and technology treatments to those diseases that just 4 or 5 years ago were guaranteed death sentences. So I just truly believe in planning longer than not. Hey, if we're wrong, it's, at least you didn't die poor and didn't die without any money, as opposed to if we were wrong and planned you only lived to 84. But life expectancy is a big variable. It does impact the planning. We want you to enjoy your retirement. We want you to spend as much as possible without the fear of running out of money. But I also want to do that strategically. I want to do that intelligently, where we have a plan in place that says, okay, if you want to spend $100,000 for the next 10 years, let's start down that path. But let's monitor your plan. Let's monitor your progress, where you're at in relation to the performance of your investment accounts, your guaranteed income sources like Social Security, if you have any rental income, if you have any annuities or pensions from work. There's nothing more secure in retirement than having a paycheck deposited every single month. When I talk about annuities on some of these videos or these case studies, annuities are one of the most controversial topics out there. And I do get it because there are bad annuities on the market. But I tell you this, anyone I've ever spoken to in retirement, and I've sat with thousands of families, anyone receiving a guaranteed lifetime income stream, whether it's from Social Security, a pension, or an annuity, has never said, Troy, I'm really tired of this income being deposited into my bank account every month. Please make it stop. Okay. If the market's down and you're still receiving income, whether it's up or down, and you have more income than you need, and you have more income coming in the future, regardless of the market performance, that is a good thing. I don't know why people, for some reason, are against that. I do understand, again, there are bad annuities. Some of them are really bad. But some of them also can be very, very valuable when it comes to adding security and peace of mind to your income situation. So some of those big variables there, not only the life expectancy, but the healthcare, the taxes. One of the videos we did And again, you can go to YouTube, just type in, I'm 63 with 1.4 million. I'm 60 with 1 million. Retirement planning videos. These are case studies that we're doing, hypothetical case studies, but they're opening people's eyes to some of the decisions and the impact of those decisions that they have on your retirement. And I hope, my belief is, my goal with these videos is to help people understand the different decisions that they have to make and how they impact your overall security. So one of the videos that we did, we simply looked at healthcare costs and how to plan for healthcare costs prior to retirement. Prior to 65, but after you've retired. A lot of our clients, they retire at 58, 60, 61, 62, 63. They do so because they have a plan in place. We know where their income is coming from. We know it's their simulations are coming back at 90, 95, 98%. We have a tax plan in place. We have something that's estimated to save a significant amount of money from a tax planning standpoint. But the healthcare expenses, that's a big one. This can keep you working. So when we look at healthcare expenses, if you retire, let's say it's 60, and you no longer have insurance from your job, your premiums for you and your spouse could very well be $2,000 a month. That's just for health insurance premiums. Not to mention your out-of-pocket costs, your copays, deductibles, etc. But if we have an income plan and a tax plan, because I consider healthcare expenses honestly a tax or really a hidden tax, either way, let's say you've listened to the show for many years, okay? Or you've watched the YouTube videos and you understand the concept of preparing in the pre-retirement years from a tax diversification standpoint. All that means is don't have all your money in 401ks. Don't have all your money in IRAs. Start to diversify the tax characteristics of your different buckets. And if you do this, when you get to retirement, you have the opportunity to, I use the word manipulate, but in a positive manner, because all we're doing is we're manipulating what goes on the 1040, your tax return. And what I mean there, I'm not saying you fudge the numbers. I'm not saying you do anything like that. But if we take, you say you need to spend $100,000 or $80,000, whatever that number is, we take a certain percentage from your non-IRA accounts and then a certain percentage from your IRA accounts. Okay, this is going to get you the income you need, but also still put you into a position to qualify for your subsidy, which can reduce your health insurance premiums from maybe $2,000 a month to $300 a month. Okay, that is a significant savings. That's $1,700 a month. Let's call it $20,000 plus per year. 1-800-822-6434. This is the Retirement Income Show. If you're on YouTube, these videos are already there. They're probably in the panel. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to this in Houston and on the radio, go to YouTube, please. Search in the search bar there, Oak Harvest Financial Group. Find these case studies. Start to understand. Hopefully, we can help you have that light bulb moment that I talk about. Hopefully, we can help you have that earlier so you can better prepare for retirement and then understand some of the nuances that come with the decisions you have to make and the impact of those decisions. And maybe for the first time ever, be able to see how decisions you make today, extrapolated out over the next 20 to 30 years, impact your retirement security. If you want to sit down and just have a conversation with us, please do that as well. The phone number is 1-800-822-6434. 1-800-822-6434.
Glad you're with us today for the Retirement Income Show with Troy Sharp, the CEO and founder of Oak Harvest Financial Group. The office is located at 920 Memorial City Way, right off I-10 and Bunker Hill, if you'd like to come in and chat with the team. So you can call, you can do a Zoom meeting, whatever you're comfortable with. But YouTube is a great opportunity for you to learn more about what Troy and the team really does for their clients. It's not a simple process. Troy tries to make it simple so that we can understand it, obviously. Troy, you said this earlier. Oak Harvest is kind of the CFO, your chief financial officer. At the end of the day, your clients are still the CEO of their retirement. They still make those final decisions, correct?
Yeah, all we want to do is help you understand things that you're not aware of, as well as the impact of making various decisions. How do they impact? Do you do this Roth conversion or not? Well, if you do it, this is how your taxes are impacted today. This is how your taxes are likely to be impacted in the future. What if we have one of the scenarios we'll look at in these YouTube videos is, and this is very good for people who are very comfortable with the markets, a more aggressive portfolio a lot of times reduces your probability of success over time. So we'll look at the impact of different investment allocations, and how they impact your probability. I'm a statistics guy, so I dig probabilities. I know they're not exact, but I also do know over long periods of time, they are more and more likely to be accurate. So when we see, okay, if you have a 75% allocation, you're at 88% probability of success. But if we bring that back to 50% stocks, you're at 98. That's your decision to make, however that portfolio is allocated, but the numbers are pretty clear. So again, it's all about having conversations together, and they're not one-time conversations. This is why we require relationships, why we require you to come in. If you're not going to come in and review your plan, review the portfolio, have conversations with your advisor, we're simply not going to work with you. But if you are looking for that relationship, someone to help guide you so you feel more secure and you have more time on your hands, and you're not trying to get a PhD in finance when you leave the workforce, there's a lot of value to be had. And I encourage you to reach out and give us a call, 1-800-822-6434. Go to the YouTube channel. We spent a lot of time today talking about YouTube. Lots of great case studies out there. I encourage you to watch that. The channel's kind of started to really find its identity over the past 2 years that I've been doing it. So there's a ton of videos out there, but I want you to focus on these case studies. Just search in YouTube. I'm 63 with 1.4 million. I'm 60 with 800,000. Retirement planning videos. You'll find me on there. You'll find these videos. And if you want to sit down and have a conversation about yourself, your family specifically, give us a call, 1-800-822-6434.
Investment advisory services offered through Oak Harvest Financial Group, LLC. Oak Harvest Financial Group is an independent financial services firm that helps people create retirement strategies using a variety of insurance and investment products. Investing involves risk, including the loss of principal. Any references to protection benefits or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investment products. Insurance and annuity product guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Oak Harvest Financial Group, LLC is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. You should speak to a qualified professional before making any decisions about your personal situation. We are not affiliated with the U.S. government or any governmental agency. This radio show is a paid placement.